Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, August 4. On this date in 1995, WCW held its Clash of the Champions 31 Supercard. In the main event, Vader defeated Arn Anderson and Ric Flair in a handicap tag team match. On this date in 1997, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Auburn Hills, Michigan. In the main event, Lex Luger defeated Hollywood Hulk Hogan to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2003, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Vancouver, British Columbia. In the main event, Eric Bischoff defeated Shane McMahon in a no disqualification match. This has been Today in Wrestling History, August 4.
This is Jim the Anvil Neidhart of the Hart Foundation, and you're listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Derry on 1490 WBCB, baby. Yeah!
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you. A little bit of Today in Wrestling History. Of course, we're talking about the big event I'm going to be involved in tonight, the UWF Pro Wrestling card going on in Eagles Hall over at 920 Trenton Road. Tickets are available at the door. Only $15, and a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Susan G. Komen For the Cure Foundation, of course, to fund breast cancer research. So it's a great cause. And 1/3 of the main event I had a little earlier in the program, and I've got another third of that main event. They didn't cross paths because, I try to make sure that those things happen because I don't want to have to step in the middle of either of these two guys. Too tough. Tony Hightower in the house. Tony, how you doing?
Okay, how about yourself?
Not too bad. You got his mic up there?
I do. Have him do it again. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Okay, how about yourself?
That's a little better, I think. There, maybe this one's even better yet.
Okay.
There we go. Now we got you clear. Don't worry, Wild Bill. You don't have to worry about a thing. We got this all covered.
Like sometimes the brain waves get mixed up. I ain't punchy. I got what you call like a relaxed brain, but I ain't punchy. It's just the way I talk here.
Of course.
You're not getting hit in the head one too many times.
Maybe.
I don't know. Too many boxing gloves to the head as opposed to chair shots.
I think Thunderlips. I think Thunderlips did a number on me. He really hits hard.
Absolutely. But let's talk about this match tonight. Of course, looks like it's in a Madman's Ring of Madness, which is an interesting concept. So I guess it kind of has a hardcore feel to it. And of course, between yourself, Moose Maretti, and Balls Mahoney, I guess, just looking at sheer statistics as far as size, how are you going to match up to those two guys? They're a little bit bigger than you are, at least. Well, a little bit in height, a little bit in weight.
Yeah, they are a little bigger than me, but I've gone toe-to-toe with them. I'm the one who was over in Japan with Madman, and actually, if you want to be honest, it's no secret about his leg because I'm the one who did it to his leg.
Fair enough. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I guess since you're definitely more familiar with it than I am, since you caused the thing, you know what it was like before it was bandaged up.
Oh yeah, me and Madman has a long history. Going back about 20 years. We've traveled up and down the road together, friends, partners, and then his head just started getting a little big like his body. And,
oh dear.
So things happen. So. I don't like him, he don't like me, so I'm going to be the one to finish his career off.
Now, what about the kind of the tertiary X factor in this, just recently added to the card and added to your match, Balls Mahoney? The hardcore chair-swinging freak, of course, formerly in ECW, formerly in the WWE. He certainly has a bit of a pedigree and certainly is... not one to shy away from getting involved physically as well, especially with that chair that he swings.
Yeah, I think that's kind of being a bodyguard for the Madman. The board called me up, asked me about this, so I said, sure, I'll come in, because 2 years ago I was the hardcore champion and I got stripped of the title. And I'm sure Madman had something to do with it. So
there's a lot of bad blood, to say the least.
Oh, it's a lot of bad blood there. So he can bring a bodyguard in, you know. He can go out, too, in the ambulance. He ain't going to bother me none.
I'll make sure to be out of the ring before the bell rings on that one, that's for sure.
Right, but, you know, it's the main thing here is after I get done whooping them, they go to the hospital and all that. But the great thing is that the Susan Corman Foundation for Breast Cancer, they can have my payday.
Oh, there we go. All right, an additional donation. There we go. That's good to hear. And again, tickets are $15. Of course, it's at the Eagles Hall, right on 920 Trenton Road, just down the road from Puss in Boots, which should be a nice. There you go. Get a little dinner there, and then head on over. Gate's smiling. He's got something there.
No, not really.
No?
That might be a little interesting.
Shameless plug for Jolly and the Loon, of course. Is that where you were going?
Jolly and the Loon.
Yes, of course, every Friday from 1 to 2 here on BCB. It's all about helping make others look good. That's... No,
the reason I was starting to smirk a little bit, because I know you got Rat Cat on the line. I mean, Rat Boy, and I'm Fat Cat. I hate rats.
Okay, so you're anxiously awaiting to get to the... All right, well, I don't know. Rat Boy's one of those folks, he's very polarizing. He's like John Cena without the muscles or the personality.
I'll eat him up. I'll make catnip out of him real quick.
Considering we've got posts on the Facebook fan page asking if I can future endeavor callers, of course, referring to... wishing callers the best in their future endeavors and letting them go. And I think that's kind of directed in Rat's direction, especially since the same person put, I think Rat Boy needs to go to the radio caller wellness program. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to test Rat Boy for whatever No, that's not right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tony Hightower, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Tony Hightower, good luck in your match tonight. I'll obviously be ringside, of course, announcing, and I'll try to dodge some of the bloodshed that looks like is going to be coming between you, Madman Moose Maretti, and, of course, Balls Mahoney.
I appreciate that. And yes, it's going to be bloody.
But a fun time nonetheless. The kids love it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun for me watching the Madman get carried out and go to the hospital.
Is this the guy that throws the chair? Balls Mahoney?
He's known for swing. He's known as the hardcore chair swinging freak.
Why don't they call him Chairs Mahoney? Where's the balls come in?
I'll tell you off air.
That's probably a former basketball player or baseball player.
Well, funny story. I was hoping to get the chance to talk to him, but prior to that, he actually had a very brief stint in the World Wrestling Federation as, and this is right up your alley, as Santa Claus. The kind of antithesis of Santa Claus. Yes. Santa Claus with an X. He wasn't from the North Pole. He was from the South Pole.
I could relate to that.
And, of course, he didn't give presents. He took them away from kids.
I hate those little rug apes.
Yeah, so for a very brief period in late 95, right around Christmas of 95, he was brought in by the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. I like it.
Yeah, it didn't stick around because, people realized that once, January hit, it was kind of hard to have a Christmas-themed gimmick, in the middle of January.
Christmas in July.
Yeah, but still, it's only twice a year. What are you going to do the other 49 weeks of the year?
It's true. Punt, no for fumble.
And that's why they kind of, he was never really heard from again at that point, but he came back as Balls Mahoney in ECW and eventually over to the WWE. But, yeah, all three of them will be in the main event tonight at the UWF show. Definitely check it out. And we've got a little bit of time to get to your favorite snack, apparently, there, Fat Cat.
I hate rats.
Rat Boy.
I'm coming after you, Rat Boy. It's been a while, but I'm ready.
It's been a long time having a Fat Cat.
Rat Boy, what's going on?
I just want to say one thing, okay? Hightower and Moose Maretti, watch, because Balls Mahoney is going to win tonight, okay?
So you're predicting that Balls Mahoney is going to win over Hightower and Madman Moose Maretti?
That's right. Those two are going to go in the ambulance. I'll make sure I bring the ambulance in there.
You'll bring the ambulance in there. I was going to say, you need a booster seat to get to the steering wheel? Oh, goodness.
Listen, man, you yourself were a walking ambulance.
This is true. He had the
You're an accident going somewhere to happen.
Wait a minute. No, you're going to be 3 in the ambulance. Fat Cat's going with him.
Fat Cat's going with him. Oh, goodness.
You're nothing but a big drink of water, rat boy. I hate
You
rats.
want to challenge me tonight? Come on, show up.
Yeah, you don't have the guts to show up. Unless there's some catnip around, you ain't showing up anywhere. You know what? You're a wimp. You're a complete, utter wimp, and you shouldn't even be in any kind of federation, any kind of wrestling. You shouldn't even be selling peanuts. You're that much of a wimp.
Oh, yeah? Let's find out who shows up and who don't. You better show up tonight.
Yeah, don't you worry about a thing. Rat boy.
I put Fearon on the side for now. I want you now.
Oh, you're
got me.
Putting me off to the side. Wow. I feel honored. My goodness.
Fearon had to get a nice little bodyguard there with him this week because just in case I showed up. And I knew he was going to beat her, Fat Cat. That's why I didn't show up.
Rat boy, you're implying that I'm really that concerned with really anything that you're doing.
Well, what it is, you hired Fat Cat to be on your side, and because what happened last year, because I showed up.
I think he's got brain damage there, Fearon.
Yeah, I'm not exactly one to diagnose, but oh wow, we are just about up against it. Thanks so much, Rat Boy. For better or worse, we'll see you tonight at the show.
Yeah, I want to say one thing. I think
you already said one thing. You already said one thing.
Goodbye, Rat Boy.
Oh goodness! All right, we only got a couple minutes left here. Let's punch up Nick, who's been waiting patiently. Nick calling in from California. A little bit of a headphone malfunction here, but let's get Nick up here. Nick, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Well, thank you. Well, I think Bob Mahoney will not be in victory tonight, but okay. But I'll tell you on that boy. I mean, he's really putting challenges out there. I would love to put a challenge out there to him in an arm wrestling contest, but.
I don't know. I think the arm wrestling thing's kind of already been there, done that. And I mean, when it comes to Rat Boy, he's like the James Brown hit of the early '70s, talking loud and saying nothing. I got Gate cracking up on that one. Gotta love some of those old soul hits, you know.
Wow, that guy would tear him up.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, he is definitely a character.
Oh, yeah. It's more comedy than Phil, you know. Wow.
Absolutely. Anyway, what's on your mind with the TV stuff? We got a couple minutes left here.
I think. Want to get your input. What do you think about the AJ situation? And now look at T being in this
as the general managers. Well, I don't know. The thing with AJ, they had her come out here, and it almost looked like she. I kind of read a report on this, and I thought it was funny the way they put it. It's like she raided Stephanie McMahon's wardrobe. I mean, kind of going with the. Kind of going with the professional look as opposed to what she had done in the past. It's like she completely did a 180 on her character just because she has this new title. And I guess a lot of people were expecting her to kind of be the same AJ that she was before, I guess, going to the more professional AJ Lee. As far as SmackDown, like I said, Booker T, it's not a bad thing. I mean, they already kind of planted the seed that he could let the power go to his head, as Michael Cole referenced when he was King Booker going back about 6 years ago, and all the trouble he had caused with that kind of power. Of course, winning the King of the Ring. So there's certainly a precedent set for that. I mean, Booker wasn't exactly all that great on the microphone in the commentary booth, so I think this might be something a little more geared to play towards his strengths.
Well, I'm hearing also, and I don't know if this is true. You probably would know the answer to this, but like on the AJ thing, it's not going to be very long before she's not general manager anymore.
Oh, they certainly have the option to switch things up, and what direction they go in, well, it's certainly hard to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me on. And
no problem, Nick. Always appreciate you chiming in, getting up early, calling from over on the West Coast. Always appreciate it.
I won't miss it for a moment.
I appreciate it.
Especially waking up to the joke of one rap man.
Yeah, Rat Boy is something else, to say the least. Anyway, I'm just about up against it. Got just enough time for a couple of quick news and notes. Of course, from the financial report, WrestleMania actually did better than I think even WWE expected, drawing just over 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. Actually, Extreme Rules, Over the Limit, No Way Out, all the pay-per-view buys were up. Also, in the first quarter financial results, McMahon called it flat, as they pretty much mimicked the same quarter last year. So, got so we had that going on, and in another McMahon-related note, there was a recent poll of the Connecticut Senate race. Of course, Linda McMahon's running. It's got her running away with the Republican nomination, leading opponent Chris Shays by a 48-point margin, 68-20. But she trails presumptive Democratic nominee Chris Murphy by 8 points, 50-42. A long way to go to November, though, so more updates as they come along. And I'll be back next week to preview Hardcore Justice here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB.